whatever it is in your own part of the world, I do not know, but here is morning in Nigeria. This is once again is Okonjo Christopher on Okonjo Christopher Television. In you this morning, this beautiful day, Saturday, first Saturday of the month of August. You are welcome to a new month. Will I say happy new month? And I want to wish you best of the month. Well, July has come and gone, and God has, given us a new month. I would say is an entrustment. God has given you a new month. You are definitely going to give an account of it. God does not give us, time that we will not make use of. And every time that is given to us under the sun, we must give an account. The month of August, again, is a tax that God has given us, and we are going to make use. God is enjoining us to make use of it so that value will come out of the months that God has entrusted into our hands. Well, it's a privilege. If you're alive, it's enough reason to give God thanks. You see, a lot of people started January with us, but are no longer alive today. We are not mocking them. We are just grateful. Will you enter the month of August with a grateful heart? God, is excited when people come to Him with a grateful heart. So coming to God with a grateful heart is one of the things that we must, put our focus in. That our mind must be in that fact that is a privilege and not the right for you to have seen, a new month. Not just a new month, a new day that God has given you. God will expect that you give an account of how you spend it. So I want to ask, how was the month of July? You see, no one that embarks on a journey count the cost. No businessman that business and there come a time you want to take stock if actually the business is moving or if actually the business is not moving. If not so, you get stuck. So you see, the month of July has been given to us and we have spent it. So there comes a time that you want to sit down and take stock. How did I spend the month of July? When you see how you spent it, I'm very specific right now. When you spend it with God, is worth eternity. One moment with God is worth eternity. Spending the when you started this year, it was a privilege that God gave you life. And God expects you to go and use every time that is given to you. What have you invested most of your time in the month of July in doing? Were you idling the time? They say an idle mind is a devil's workshop. When you idle the time given to you, it will be, it will just be taken away. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. What does that mean? I remember when we were young children, they used to tell us that when you don't put anything in your mind, then you have given it to the devil. The devil will come and occupy it because his eyes is going to and fro looking for who to devour. The devil's eyes is going to and fro the earth looking for who to devour. But the eyes of God is also going to and fro the earth looking for who He will show Himself strong. So taking stock of the month of July is paramount at this time that God has given us a new month. If you don't take the stock of how July was spent, then you will not know how you will use the month of August that is given to you. If you wasted the month of July, I'm telling you, you will waste the month of August as well. Because you can only, when you take stock of your business, you will know your losses. You will know where you are, the area you are making it, and you know the area where you are not meeting up. And what happened? You begin to buckle up in some areas. You begin to, put up more energy in some extended area where you are doing better. That's the whole reason why we take stock. So if I ask you, how was your month of July? What did you do in July? Well, the reason why we must take stock, in our life, our journey of life as we move on, is that, it has a way of, letting you know you are maximizing the time. Say, maximizing time to maximize profit. Because every time that is given to you is an entrustment. You must know that God gave you time, that you might use it well to achieve. How do we achieve? I mean, how do we achieve? How do we use our time? So you see, the whole reason why God kept you alive is not for you. Have that at the back of your mind. So even if you are going on your own extra endeavors, I mean your own personal endeavor, remember that your life is supposed to affect. The whole essence is for your life to affect the next man. I used to tell you the reason why I want to connect. The whole essence is to connect so that I can drop in your heart. So in your mind. The mind of a man is a global frequency. Whatever is put in that mind, it's a moment of time. It will achieve it. The mind is a global frequency. What does that mean? Whatever your mind can conceive, within seconds, it can give birth to it. So everything you see happening in the world today is something someone has conceived somewhere. Like Thomas Edison, conceived the idea of making the bulb. And he set out. He tried it 99 times. He did not succeed in making it. And the world termed him to be a failure. But what did Thomas Edison tell the whole world? He said, I did not fail. I only tried what I conceived in my mind. And I was not able to find a way of making it 99 times. And let's make it at the 100th time, he was able to manufacture the bulb. So you see, the mind of a man is so powerful. So what have you been using your mind, in doing throughout the month of July? Can we just take it from the month of January 2025? We started this year, it's 8 months. Oh my God, it's like yesterday. 8 months. So we were told in the Bible, when God Adam and Eve, if he put them in the garden, and if you understand it very well, the whole essence of God creating man is fellowship. The Bible tells us that at the coolness of the evening, thank you. How are you, Lily? Lily plays. Hi, how are you? What part of the world are you connecting with me from? Can you let me know what part of the earth you are connecting from? How are you? Happy New Month. How are you doing? How was your new first Saturday? Can you give me a hi? Let me know what part of the earth you are connecting from. Christopher Television, connecting with you from Nigeria, West Africa. If you are joining me, please endeavor to give me a thumb up, and please like the live stream and comment. Don't just comment, please press the notification button. Each time I drop a video, you will be able to see it. Please don't feel shy. Don't feel I'm the only one connecting. Where are the other people? I'm just starting this live stream. I am just starting, so connect with me. I'll be happy to have you connect with me. Well, what I'm discussing this morning is I'm taking stock of the month of July. I'm taking stock of the month of July. How did you spend your month of July? Can you tell me what the month of July is? What happened in your life? And the Bible says, count your blessings, name them one by one, then you will know that the Lord is good. Lily Place, how are you? Well, I was telling you about the whole essence of creation is fellowship. The Bible tells us that God comes in the coolness of the evening to have fellowship. So God comes in the coolness of the evening to have fellowship and also to take stock of how Adam is using his time. Because when Adam was created, he was given a work description. Till the garden, take care of the garden. So each time God comes for fellowship, he wants to take stock of what is Adam doing. I'm just paraphrasing right now. But there was this evening that God came down and Adam was not found doing what is expected to do. He has come short, of his expectation. He has lost focus. See, when you lose focus in anything you are, that wine is a devil's workshop. That wine is a devil's workshop. You can, it literally, it does not just mean that you're not doing anything, and it's not just when you're not doing anything that your mind becomes an idle workshop. You can start a project, and along the line, you are not getting results the way you want, and you get frustrated along the line and dropped it. When you dropped it, your minds become an idle workshop. When you dropped it, your minds become an idle workshop. I'm telling you, there's no neutral ground on earth. If you are not focused doing anything, your mind is an idle mind. And if you are focused doing something along the line, you are not getting results. It's not time to quit. There are look for different results. You understand what I mean? There are different ways to make it work. Let me give you an experience of what I had. Let me take a detour. You know, I had a problem in live streaming. I have over 10,000 subscribers now, 10,100 and something subscribers. But I'm having a challenge in Restream. Each time I do Restream, I don't get commensurate what I wanted. I will always be seeing 1, 2 eyes, and it has been frustrating me. You understand? But I never quitted. You know, I never quitted. I keep going back on it again, looking for another way to make it better. There's another way to make what you are working on that is not working better. You keep looking for ways to make it better, but don't quit. I did a live stream. I said, winners never quit. It's only failures that quit. God has not designed any man or called any man a failure. You are not a failure. You are a success. God said in Jeremiah 9:11, He said, I wish above, my thought towards you is not of evil, but of good, to give you an expected end. So God, in the mix of what God has said, in the mix of what God has said, that He wish above all things that not His thought towards us is not of give us an expected end. God in also will not go to trials and tribulation in the world that we find ourselves. But when we see troubles and tribulations, they are not stumbling block to knock us off from being focused. But trials and tribulations are like building blocks to push us ahead to success. So success is not a tag. Success is not, a title. No one is called a failure in God. You are called a success. But failure, you can fail along the line. Don't stop there. When you fail and stop, that makes you automatically a failure. But when you fail and continue trying, how it can work. Like I told you, I'm telling you an experience of myself right now. I'm having difficulty in restreaming, but I'm not giving up so that YouTube does not keep removing my watch hours. So I'm devising ways, looking for ways, and I pray by the grace of God, God gives me the way to how to get the crowd to perfect my watch hour to 4,000 watch hour. I'm just restreaming, but the people are not coming. I don't know what's wrong. Can someone tell me, help me out? I'm restreaming and I'm not getting the people. I don't know what is wrong. Please help me. I need help in that area. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that when you find yourself stuck somewhere, don't stop asking for help. Don't stop asking for help. Please endeavor to ask for help. At each time in your life, you will get stuck in a situation. Don't be overwhelmed by situations and circumstances of life. Because situations and circumstances of life are not meant to derail us from our destination. But they are pillars. They are building blocks to get us to success. So failure is not a tag. Failure is not a title. Failure is a process. So the will of God for your life is for you to succeed in whatever you lay your hands to do. That's the will of God. So if God wills it for you, no man can take it away from you, but unless you give up. God said, I will never give up on you. So you don't give up. Even when you give up on yourself, God will not give up on you. So you are not expected. So how can you maintain that other aspect that God said, I will not, if even you give up on yourself, I will not give up on you, because God has not given up on you. Because why? He has tagged you. So the road that leads you to success is rough. It's a rough road. You keep, clearing the bushes, clearing the patches, making sure you want to get there. Nothing can stop you. Nothing will. When you run and you fall, it's just like a child. Have you ever seen children trying to walk? Well, my daughter, my only daughter, she's 14 today. Today is her birthday. Samela, please help me to wish her happy birthday. I remember she walked at a later years of her life. She didn't walk on time. I can't remember right now. It took her almost 11 months or so, if I can remember, to walk. She didn't walk on time. And she kept going through that challenge and pain. And there came one fateful day, she just rose up with holy indignation, telling herself, I can't be stuck when she's seeing other children running. She's just learning how to stand and walk. So you see that people of our mate are already running. So you see, life is a process. Process. If you fail before, does not make you a failure. And one day she gathered muster courage and gathered energy and stood on her feet. The next thing, she didn't walk, she started running. Forgetting that is a process. You know what? Instead, she stood up. Instead of walking, she started running. He doesn't work like that. Life, you can't cheat life out of the process of life. Because why? Life says you must learn how to sit. That's for a child. Then you learn how to stand. After standing, then you see for a child, I'm trying to lay down the process right now. See for a child, I'm trying to lay down the process right now. Child learns how to sit, then he learns how to, then he learns how to stand. From standing, he learns how to, to walk. From walking, he learns how to run. The next thing is he flies. He discovered the world. So my child learned how to, she stood up and started running. And she fell down on the process and break down. Because why? She have jumped one level of process that leads to that running. That is walking. So life is like that. Normal channel and the normal process for you to get results. So we are still taking stock of the month of July. How was your month of July? What will you tell me about the month of July? How was it? How was it? I'm just to give you an instance of one of my challenges in the month of July, but I know I will overcome. See, I'm having challenges in restreaming. My watch I can monetize in 3,000 watch hour with YouTube, but I know I will meet up. I will meet up. I'm not giving up. These are one of the challenges I've been going through from the month of July to this time. So but I'm telling myself that I must monetize. Each time I go out there, I say I must monetize. There must be a way to make it better. So if you ask me the month of July, July is not bad. I thank God. My family is hale and hearty, and God has done so much for me. But the most important thing that I'm alive. You see, life is the bottom line of it. If you have not alive, you can't give a testimony of what has transpired in your life in the month of July and what God has taken you through and what you have been able to achieve or not achieve. Even when you achieve or you don't achieve, but as long as you are alive, there's still hope. So let's put that at the back of our mind. It's not just all about, achieving success. Like, there's a word for the month that we're given. Is our month of excellence. Excellence is not it's not just in the aspect of you having good success. It's part of. I'm just having a sip. You're welcome. So when we talk about taking stock in the month, what comes to people readily is self. What do I mean self? They want to think, what have I achieved? No, it shouldn't be one-sided alone. When God said in Jeremiah chapter 1 and chapter 9 verse 11, it says, my thought towards you is not of evil but of good, to give you a good, an expected end. You see, you can't have a good success and have an expected end without God involved. So we must look at that aspect of our life. How close are we to God? Thank you for joining me. Whatever part of the earth you are connecting from, please can you give me a thumb up? Let me know where you are connecting from. I am connecting from Nigeria, Okonji Christopher Television. And what I'm talking about is I'm taking stock of the month of July. Please can you just tell me what part of the earth you are connecting from. I'm taking stock of the month of July. I'm just letting us know. Taking stock, when we talk about taking stock, don't just think about what you have achieved alone. We cannot achieve without God. I'm trying to bring a balance here. So when you begin to take stock of the month of July, what have you achieved? Think about how far have you carried God along in whatever you are doing. What's your relationship with God? Remember, without God, we cannot achieve anything. God is the center of our achievement. So the month of July, how cordial, how robust, let me use the word, is your relationship with God? It's very paramount in anything that you do. If you have lost relationship with God, you better go back. You understand what I mean? Because it's only in God. It's in Him we live and have our being and find expression to life. The only way you can achieve is in God, not outside God. No man achieves on his own. No one takes this upon himself alone. God has not called us to run and achieve on our own. You see, that was what happened. Let me take you back to the Garden of Eden again. That was what happened to Adam. You know, when God, when Eve was deceived. So I was saying, well, when Adam fell in the garden, what happened is taken away from God. The whole reason why God created man is that man was supposed to live in God. In God we live and have our being and find expression to life. Your focus should be God for you to have good success. That's what I'm trying to bring out there. So, but the day it fell, their eyes was taken away from God. They began to look at themselves. And the day they began to look at themselves, they began to die. So remember this in your mind. The day you take your focus out of God, you begin to die. How was your July? If you have not achieved, which means you have taken your focus out of the contacts. God is the contact. Yourself is not the contact. You can't achieve anything without Him. You can't achieve anything without Him. You can't have good success. Whereas God is the road that leads us there. So He has given us another new month again. But we are taking stock of the month of July. So many things happen, even in the world. If I remember very well, it was not in the month of July that Israel and Iran set out on war that almost led to Third World War. Thank God for America that set in, you know, to put a stop to that war. It will have led to Third World War because other nations like China and Russia are already setting in. I mean, to take sides with whoever they want to be allies to. And when you see that other nations will be coming in as time goes on, but I thank God God averted that Third World War just simply because, you know, people need to, you know, it's not good to go to war. I did a video on that, and I said the reason for that war, or why that war has been lingering between Israel and places like Iran and Palestine is a battle from the womb. It's something that started from the womb between I'm talking about my video that I did pertaining that war that conceived two nations in a womb, Esau and Jacob. You know what it is? Right from when they were in the womb, they were fighting. They were disagreeing not to agree. Normally we're supposed to disagree to agree, but they were disagreeing not to agree. Because even when they came to the earth, Jacob stole Esau's birthright and he has never forgotten it. Hello, Jomo Idris. How are you? Hi. Please, what part of the earth are you connecting from? Can you let me know what part of the earth you are connecting from? I want to know you. I'm Christopher Okonji Television. Let me know what part of the earth you are connecting from. Please, I'd love to know what part you are connecting from. I say happy new month to you. I'm taking stock of the month of July. Please, can you tell us how was the month of July? Let's take stock of the month of July. I was just talking about what happened, what are the events that took place in the month of July. Yeah. Okay, Jomo Idris. Hi, you are from where? You are from what part of the world are you connecting from? Jomo Idris, this is from Nigeria, right? Idris, come up, can you tell me that you are from Nigeria? I just want to be sure, but I know this is from Nigeria. Jomo Idris, you are welcome. Please, can you like the live stream? Thank you for liking the live stream. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jomo. Can we talk a little bit? Happy new month to you, Jomo. Happy new month. I appreciate you for joining. Can you give me a thumb up? Give me a thumb up. Yeah. Oh, Denmark. You mean, are you awake at this hour? I thought Denmark is still sleeping. Jomo Idris, you are in Denmark. What time is it over there? Can you let me know what time is it in Denmark? Let me know. Here is about 11. I don't know what time is it in Denmark. It should be early in the morning. What time is it in Denmark? Thank you very much. Denmark is a very beautiful place. Can you tell me what time is it in Denmark? Well, okay, no. You don't know? You don't know what time is it? Oh, you don't know what time is it? Okay. It is morning hour because here is morning. So it can't be morning. It should be early hours of the morning in Denmark. Okay, it's what? 11:49. Oh, 11:49 in Denmark. 11:49 a.m. No, p.m. p.m. in the night, right? p.m. Is it p.m.? Okay. Idris Jomo from Kenya. Well, how was your July. Wants to you. Well, family is good. My family is good. Your family. I welcome you to a new month and I wish you the best of what you wish yourself in the month of August. You are welcome. Please tell me what happened in your life in the month of. Let's talk of the month of July. That is what I'm doing right now. So if you are there with me, can we together take stock? If you are there with me, can we together take stock of the month of July? Tell me what happened in the month of July. I'm looking at the month of July. Like I said, I'm looking at the month of July. Like I said, actually, the month of July was uh, was a good month. I bless God for that. The seventh month, and seven is the number of perfection in God, and month 8 is the number of new beginning. So God perfected His counsel concerning my life in the month of July. So much God did, you know. I thank God. My wife did surgery in March, April, and she's healing well. So I thank God. God perfect what He has started in the month of, March. So what happened in your life in the month of July? In July. So I'm pretty excited that God is doing great and mighty things. Idris, can I know you more? Please talk to me, Idris. Talk to me. Can you tell me what happened in your life in the month of July that you want to remember? That's so significant. There's something that happened in the month of July that you want to remember. You know, can you talk to us about it, and also so that we can reflect on it? It's chat time, Lily Place. I want to hear you also, Lily Place. Can you chat the chat? Remember, it's a chat time, and let's open our heart and chat the chat. Love the live stream. Please make sure you like the live stream. Sustains me in this channel is when you come up with me on live stream. But live stream is when I get to know you better. Live stream is when we get to talk to one another. Live stream is when have an opportunity. Yes, I'm talking about the month of July. Well, what happened in the month of July? What happened in the month of July? July normally is part of the peak of the raining season, where we're experiencing rainfall in Nigeria right now. You know, so in July, in the month of July, there's always a peak of rainfall, heavy rainfall. But in the month of July this year, we experienced scanty rainfall, scanty. But before the month elapsed, we saw that consecutively for almost 1 week, it was raining every day. It was raining, but scanty rainfall. So we thank God for that rain. Thank God for that rain. But in other areas, it's raining. You know, so nobody, I mean, wish for flood. You know, so nobody, wish for flood. In the month of July, I think there was flood in Florida. Flood happened in Texas. So you begin to wonder. You know, like I was discussing with someone some time ago, and we're talking about a flood area, and we say flood is just ravaging some areas of the world. And then I told me nowhere in the world there is no flood. It's true. Every part of the earth is submerged in flood, one way or the other. You know, it's part of the end time strategy. I mean, that will take over our earth. But I'm not saying that God is going to end the earth with flood. With the flood that happened, during the time of Noah, God has sworn that He will not destroy the earth again with flood. But all we are saying is that since then, flood has been ravaging the earth, crisscrossing the earth. It's by His grace that we live. So I know there was a flood in, I think, Texas in the month of July. So all I'm doing is taking stock of the month of July. Can you tell me what has transpired in the month of July in your life that you can remember? We are taking stock. Remember, it's a month that God gave, and we rejoice in it, and we are glad. So if you are glad about the month of July, you need to be excited. Like I said, I was given an advice. There comes a time in your life that you sit down. There comes a time in your life that you sit down. Time God gives you a new day, like this new month of August. You sit down and take stock of the previous month that has passed you. You know, like I said in my description, When you count your blessings, name them one by one, you will know that the Lord is good. But when you don't take, you are just like to the year lackadaisically with no purpose. So anyone that is focused and have a vision, and you are going somewhere, you take stock. Because why? When you take stock of where you are coming from, it helps you to go it helps the month of June, July, and I've not monetized yet, but I have over 10,000 subscribers. But my animal streaming to get people is not doing well, and it kind of gets me concerned. I don't want to use the word worried. I'm concerned, looking for solution, because I must look for ways. I must not just give up. So you don't give up. So I'm taking stock. These are one of my challenges, so that YouTube does not wipe away my watch hour. I'm working on that, and I know by the grace of God, I've already overcome. I use that. So in life, we take stock of where we are coming from and where we are going to. So if you take stock of what happened, what God did in the month of July, the Bible says, count your blessings, name them one by one, that you know that the Lord is good. So affording it, that when you counting your blessings, naming them one by one, you are taking stock. You are taking stock of how God has brought you, because God is a God of process, plan, purpose, and objectivity. So you know the process that God has been taking you through. You know the one that, and you know that there's a grace, a portion for you. Like I said, I have grace. In my YouTube channel, I have grace of subscribers and never strive for subscribers. I remember when I was doing back to back, I started with my wife in the month of September. My subscriber, there's no one that wants to embark on a journey, I will not count the cost. I wants to embark on a journey, I will not count the cost. When I mean entrustment, is a tax that God has put in your hand right now. A tax. A tax is that you must accomplish something for God. God did not just give you, the month of August to just walk into it lackadaisically. If you walk into the month of August lackadaisically, you will come out of it lackadaisically not achieving. Because you did not time yourself. You did not of the month of July so that you can know how to navigate. That's the word. July. So that you can know how to navigate. That's the word. Your way through in the month of August. So that's why we encourage people. Even every businessman, like I said, take stocks. Every month you take stock of how the profit and the guys on how you can achieve as you move on. This month that is given to you, there's a new energy. I know what in every month there's a new task. So if you don't take stock of the previous task that you did in the month of July, you have a carryover. So when you take stock of what God did in the month of July, it helps you to know, how far you can push in August. August is the month of, is the eighth month, and is a number of new beginning. So God is beginning a new thing in our life. As a believer, just know that God is about to do a new thing. So when God is about to do a new thing in your life, how do you prepare yourself? You see, you prepare yourself to enter into a new beginning. I don't know about you. I know that God is taking me to a new beginning. So I began to prepare myself, body, soul, and spirit. I said, God, you will do it. God will do it. So I'm preparing myself. So if you don't prepare yourself, you will enter into a blessing not knowing that it is a blessing. That's one thing about God. So God is a God of time, seasons. God is a God of time and seasons. And God holds time in his hands. You and I don't hold time. It is said that times and season happen to everyone. Your time is not my time. You understand what I mean? So when you don't navigate through what God is doing, you might miss out in your time. There's a time to sow and there's a time to reap. So you must know all this timing in your life. Like I said, this month of August is a month of, new beginning. New beginning means that God will begin to do a new thing in our lives. If only you believe, you will move. As you are entering this new month and we are taking stock, don't just take stock of what God has done in your life, but take stock of how you have been moving with God. Because if you don't move with God, you'll be left behind and taking you. So it's good to move. In any journey of life that you are taking, make sure that you carry God along. So as you move and navigate, you you are focused. So this is you must know in every journey you are going. Remember, life is a journey. God is the one taking us. I remember that story they used to tell us, or that cartoon. There's a drawing on the ground. They said there's a drawing of a person. His step is ahead, then there's a step behind you. Remember, as you are walking in this journey, there's a step that is carrying you along. God is not in front of you, He's behind, leading you. God might be behind, but follow His instructions, because you have not been to that place you are going to. So in the journey of life, you must always expect God, and we must carry God along in our movement in life, so that we can, arrive well. So still taking stock of the month of July, can someone tell me what happened in the month of July that is so significant that you always want to recall and you want to talk about it all the time? You want to, remember it. It helps you in the journey that you are taking. And because if there's no remembrance of where you are coming from, it is said that way. See, if you know where you are coming from, then you know where you are going to. So that's why as believers, we chart the course of the new month. We chart the course of the year. You see, God has saddled us with that strength to chart the course of our life. What God does is just to, lead us along the way, pathway, but He has given us all that pertains unto life and godliness. Say, I've given you all that pertains unto life and godliness. So God will not do all for you, but He has given you what it takes to succeed. That Jeremiah 9:11 say, my thought towards you is not of evil but of good, to give you an expected end. So before God will talk like that, He has saddled, He has equipped you. That's the word. You have been equipped to go and succeed, not to fail. So you are not designed for failure, but you are designed for success. So you have been equipped with all that you need. All you need to do is success. So success is something that you plot your graph to walk into. One of the ways that we walk into success is just what I am trying to do here, taking stock of the previous month that has passed you. Know where you have succeeded, knowing where in the month of July, knowing where you have failed. And where you have failed, you don't stop there. You go there and and navigate that area. Well, that area that is giving you problem. Like I use myself as an example. I've been having problem with getting watch when I restream. I'm having it as a challenge. I was having it in live stream, but right now I overcome that. I see people come now for my live stream. I've discovered it, so I think I've overcome that aspect. But it's the live stream I'm not getting the people. So I'm getting concerned and I'm looking for a way on how to make it better. So I know I'm going to major on that area. That's my area of challenge. So in our life, we all have challenges. When you have challenges, you don't stop at the place of your challenge, but you improve. So I welcome us to the month of August. So God has given us this month of August as our month of excellence. Excellence is not just in achieving success alone. I made you understand, but excellence in making sure we work and do the will and the purpose of God for our lives. There's a will and a purpose for God for your life. It's not just you achieving good success alone, but doing the will of the Father. I'm going to talk to you. So when you enter into the month, don't just think about yourself, but what can you achieve for God? Like I told you, you entering August is an entrustment that God has given you. It's a new entrustment. Every month comes with its own entrustment. You understand what I mean? So you are saddled with the responsibility. It's a tax. That's the word. And entrustment is a tax. God has find out the tax that God has entrusted in your hands to achieve for the month of August and throughout the year. Every month comes, you have in the back of your mind the task that God has given you in this year to achieve. So the task God gave me is to connect with people in YouTube. 2025, having a community of people in YouTube. I'm starting from there. So that is the task that God has given me from the year. So if I look at it, as I was telling myself, I've not achieved it yet. So I beg God for more grace to be able to achieve. So we say that is in God, because I must meet people. Though I'm throwing the messages every day, and I know that people are connected, but I've not hit the mark yet. But I'm not giving up. I'm still, pushing. That's why you see I come live stream to look for people that I can get as a community, because the world is a whole community. It's a community of people that have the same mind and same interests. So you see, your interest must be the interest of God. How can you achieve for God? So we must have the mind of God, achieving for God. Okay, that was why I did a topic titled God did not create work, that's WORK, as a punishment, but as a what? As a way of expressing oneself, for humanity. So work is a mode of expression for humanity. So people should not see work as if God is punishing you. It is said that if you don't work, you will not eat. So that is what the law of God. You must work is a way of you expressing yourself, because you are wired to express yourself on the earth. You are wired. So every man is given a task. So every man is given a task to accomplish, for God as you come to the earth. So you must know that, and you must have that at the back of your mind to achieve for the kingdom, not just for yourself alone, because God is waiting for the precious fruit of the earth. The precious fruit is the work that we have done. Every man will be judged, by the work that they have bestowed labor upon, on the earth. So we're created to work, because God himself worked. God worked. Remember in Genesis, God created the earth and created man in 6 days, and the 7th day he rested. I've given some more light in that. Rested, in a transition said it, but the other one transition said God finished his work of creation, which means there's part 1, part 2 of God's creation. When God finished his part of creating the earth and man, he stepped aside. It does not mean that God was tired. God is not flesh and blood that can be tired. He finished his work of creation at that time. And you remember very well, God stepped in again when man was on the earth, making man to understand that it is in God. God works in him both to will and to do of his good pleasure. So God works in us both to will and to do of his good pleasure. That's the other part of work that God is working on the earth. After he has finished the work of creating the earth and man, he stepped in now to be molding man to be better on the earth. So when God came into the earth, after he has stepped aside, he came again because there was work to do in his creation. Okay, I was talking about God working in man. Just know that you are God's workmanship, created for good works. So when after God has stepped aside from his creating the earth, he came in again, telling you that you are his workmanship, created for good works. God did not just create man and abandon man. The whole purpose of God creating man is to work with man and through man. Yeah, to navigate the earth. So we are a tool in the hands of God to reach the earth. God, that's the love through man. Work with man and through man. So God did not stop there, so that his glory will cover the earth as the water covers the seas. So you must always through you. Work with you and through you. That is when you find the whole of fulfillment in your life. God must work through you. It is him that works in you both to will and do of his good pleasure. When you allow God to come in and work through you, you have good success. So such will be achieved without God working through us and with us. Working through us, actually, working through you to perfect is only cancer, because you are his workmanship created for good works, going somewhere to manifest, going somewhere, to show forth his glory, to have good success on the earth. So once again, I say you are welcome to this new month of August. It has been given to you as an entrustment, a task that you must accomplish to give God glory. The Bible says God waits for the precious fruit of the earth. He has long waited. So God is waiting. Let's not disappoint God. God is waiting for you, to give him the precious fruit of the earth. Whatever you have, you have done for God, God will, will rate you, and God will, God will bless you for that, for every good work that you do on earth. God said, no one that has given for the kingdom's sake in this world that will not receive, no one that has given for the kingdom's sake that will not receive in this world and in the world to come. God does not owe any man. God is the rewarder of they that diligently seek him. So if you do the will of God, God will. So what am I saying? Whatever God has graced you to do on the earth. So what am I saying? Whatever God has graced you to do on the earth, do it with the whole of your heart and with the whole of your mind. For every good work that God has saddled us to do on the earth, for every good work that God has saddled us to do on the earth, he has equipped us. You have been equipped to achieve success. You have everything that it takes. All you need is the guidance of the Word of God to lead you to that place you are going to. So take it as a task and work towards it. I'm telling you, you will not fail. The month of August has just unfolded itself. Today is the second day of August. A beautiful morning, and it's cold over here in Nigeria. It's in your own place. I enjoy you to maximize the time. Maximize the time and use it very well so that you can do the will of your Father. So don't allow situational circumstances to push you away from the goal. Be focused. As you focus, you will accomplish the will of the Father for your life. God wants you to achieve. So don't look at the failure of yesterday. July is come and is gone. But if you fail in July, don't look at failure in August. You must be focused to achieve. Because remember I told you initially, God did not create failures. God creates success. In the book of Jeremiah 9:11, say, I wish my thought was not of evil but of good, to give you an expected end. So you must be expecting to have good success. God has endowed you with all that it takes. So you go and succeed for him in the month of August. I wish you a happy new month, and I wish you all the good things that you wish yourself in this month of August. You shall live and not die to fulfill the will of him that has sent you, and it will be profiting. Once again, thank you for joining me.